Good, my man of society. It is your host with the most, Shadow Loke, back at you with another video. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you like. It is free. It don't cost anything. You'll help my channel get into the algorithm. I would highly appreciate it. Join the man of society. Now, what I wanted to talk about today was racism. My opinion. Where does it come from? What exactly creates it, and all that. But now, before I get started, understand that these are just my opinions, and it's okay to disagree. You can leave your opinions in the comments, and we can debate back and forth. You know what I mean? I'm civil. I do like to get the perspective of other individuals on how they view the matters. It might help better my understanding of the situation, or help better understand why individuals see it a certain way, or overall maybe change my opinion on it. Because I'm not coming on here saying that I'm right and you're wrong. You know what I mean? That's the beautiful thing about the comments, is that we can, have, conversation. So, go ahead and leave your opinions in the comments. Now, what do I think creates racism? Well, in my personal opinion, what creates racism is the lack of knowledge, the lack of understanding, the and the lack of taking a responsibility for your actions, and pride. Those are the things that I feel like has to do a lot with what creates these problems to begin with. Because what is racism, right? Racism is when you discriminate against another group of individuals due to the fact of their ethnicity. Because everybody has, racist individuals in their ethnicities. And ethnicity is not immune to a certain, ethnicity. Like, just because you're black or you're Mexican or you're Asian doesn't mean that you can't be racist, because you do have races that are black, races that are Mexican, races that are Asian, and races that are every other ethnicity in this world. You do have them. Because even though a majority of the time the ones that suffer and pointing the finger is on Caucasian, Anglo-Saxons, you know, they also suffer, racism themselves, by other individuals. They do, you know what I mean? They always, point the finger at them and say that they're all the same, and that it's the white and the white and the white and the white, and the white literally have to live their lives like if they're walking on eggshells, you know what I mean? While every other group gets the benefits of the doubt, these individuals are always plastered front page, sometimes even rushing to conclusions that these individuals, did it for certain reasons, or they meant it in a certain way, or stuff like that. It's like, it always gets headlined. While if another ethnicity were to say the exact same thing about them, people wouldn't have such a big deal about it, or wouldn't make such a big deal about it, when in reality it's wrong whichever way you want to slice it. If it's a white person targeting a black and Mexican, or if it's a Mexican targeting a black and white, or if it's a black targeting a Mexican and white, it's the exact same thing. Doesn't make it more scandalous than other. It's all equally the same wrong. And even with Asians as well, because you do have Asians that are racist as well, that even hate on other Asians. You know what I mean? Due to the fact of, different in different cultures, not understanding. See, the thing that creates racism is not understanding the other people's culture, right? Just because a culture or an ethnicity does something different than what you're used to, or what you were raised to believe or see or do, doesn't necessarily mean that they're wrong, or they're doing it wrong, or your culture is better than their culture. All our cultures are unique, right? We have our good traits to us, and we have our bad traits to us. That's with every ethnicity. No ethnicity is more superior than another, or better looking, or smarter, or stronger. All our ethnicities have beautiful, strong, intelligent people within it. You know what I mean? And we also have our, evil, negative, and foul individuals to our ethnicities as well. Just like you have serial killers that are whites, you also have them that are blacks, and you also have them that are Asians and Mexicans and everything else. So, and just like you have intelligent people that are white, you have also had them that are Mexican and black and Asian and all that. Same thing, bro. Nothing is different. And it's the fact that people don't understand the way that, like, for example, like, let's say if one ethnicity is raised to keep to themselves, don't voice their opinion on different matters, and just stick to what we do and stuff like that. If you're always raised to be like that, and then you have another ethnicity, a person of another ethnicity that steps into the room, and they're brought up to be more loud and outspoken, and get closer to you and more friendly, whatever, you might have an issue with it because you weren't brought up like that. You weren't raised to be like that. So the fact that it is different from what you're used to, it bothers you, right? It bothers you. So now something bothers you, right? And you're both male. So now you're looking for what reason is that I don't like this person, right? You're gonna try to home in onto what it is. It's not because he's a male, because you're a male, right? So you're not gonna view it because he's a man. It's not because he has hair or whatever. You're gonna be looking for whatever you guys have that are different. And the one thing that is the most noticeable straight off the bat, to find a difference in you guys, is the color of your skin. So because this person is a different ethnicity than you, then that must be the reason why you dislike this person or whatever. Not understanding that it's just the way that they're brought up. It's a different culture than yours. Doesn't mean that the way you were brought up was right and theirs was wrong. It just means that it's different, right? It just means that it's different. That's all it is. You guys have different ways of looking at it. Doesn't mean that one is right and one is wrong. You know what I mean? It's just different. And it's understanding that okay, it's because they're brought up this way. So, all right, and it's understanding the reason behind it instead of wanting to judge so quick or being like, well, they taught you wrong or they raised you wrong or whatever, being so ignorant, right? And thinking that because of the pride that you have, thinking that your ethnicity is the best, that you guys are the smartest and the most loyalist and the whatever, when it doesn't exist, bro. You have to understand to take responsibility for your own actions and stuff. Like, let's say if you guys disagree on something, it could be that you're wrong and that person is right. And it doesn't mean that that person is not more superior to you or whatever. It just means that you made a mistake, because we're humans. We all make mistakes. But to, want to not accept that as the truth and now hate on a different individual just because of his ethnicity, just because you're looking to try to justify the means of why you were wrong, is ignorant. You know what I mean? It's kind of like saying too, like if you're stuck in an island, there's only enough food, and you have a group of Mexicans, you have a group of blacks, and you're gonna take that food and now just feed your people and not theirs because you're trying to look after your own first. It's not right either, bro. We're all humans. We all breathe. We all, we're all the same, bro. We're humans before we're anything else. It's dividing, and you may not get, that much of a meal, but it's divided in amongst all of you. You know what I mean? It's not choosing one group over the other group. We're all humans, bro. We shouldn't be looking at skin colors or want to prioritize stuff just because of our ethnicities. Because at the end of the day, we're all humans. You know what I mean? Is wanting to, help the human race in general instead of, you know what, let me just work on this group first. And if there's time left over, I will come back for you. And it's like, why does it got to be that way? It's ridiculous. It's mind baffling. We can all help each other, like the picture shows. We can all help each other. We can all be there for each other. Your skin complexion does have nothing to do with it, bro. Nothing at all. You know what I mean? See, the hands are all the same, bro. Veins, knuckles, fingers, all the same. It's just different skin. It's just different skin complexions, bro. One shade is darker than the other shade. That's the only difference. It's just a skin color. It doesn't give you magical powers. Doesn't make you fly. Doesn't make you shoot lasers. Doesn't make you smarter. Doesn't make you stronger. It's just a fucking different type of shade. That's all it is, bro. Yes, there's some bastards that are white. Yes, there's some bastards that are Mexican. Yes, there's bastards that are black. They exist in all ethnicities. Asians, all of that, bro. And then you also have good people that are in every ethnicity. Don't think just because somebody is of your ethnicity that automatically makes them better than the next or better. Like, oh, okay, I'll take this person. He's a piece of shit, but at least he's my people. That is ridiculous, bro. It's standing up for what truly is right and what truly is important here. You know what I mean? The actual truth and not your ethnicity, because of your pride that you have. Because what says division as well? Our pride, bro. Brown pride, white power, black lives. that sets division already, right? Those groups, right? You could only be of this ethnicity to ride with our cause, to to be down with our what we have going on and everything like that. And it's only our color and no other color. You guys get the hell out of here. You're setting the division already, right there. You're setting the divider yourself. When instead of pushing, brown pride, white power, or black lives, you should push human pride or human power, or human lives. Instead of all this and that. Instead of all these movements for ethnicity, movements for humanity, bro. Because we're all the same at the end of the day, and we all suffer some form of, racism against, or discrimination, all of that, bro. And keep this in mind: all our ethnicities have been slaves in one point or another, including the whites. They at one point were enslaved as well. So were Native Americans. So were raza. So was blacks. You know what I mean? Because of one group thinking that they're better than the other. So instead of having all these pacts for ethnicities, should be for humanity in general. Because everything else is just setting more division. I get it. It's good to have pride in your culture, your roots, and all that. Yes, it should be a beautiful thing, but it shouldn't be just isolated to your culture or just your people. You know what I mean? You should open arms, to anybody that comes along and is willing to accept your culture, because it's a beautiful thing. We all have, our good, to our cultures, and our cultures are beautiful, and we all have something to bring to the table, and is embracing all of that instead of wanting to shut the world down and only those who are of my ethnicity could, enjoy what my culture brings. Is wanting to share your culture, for people to have an understanding of your culture. For there to truly be peace, you must have understanding. But the more you want to keep isolated and keep pushing everybody away, the more the problems get bigger and bigger and bigger, and it happens. But overall, these are just my opinions of what I think creates racism, or why racism and stuff like that. What are your opinions? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave your opinions in the comments. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. And shout out, we out.